Vice President JD Vance.
What the hell happened to JD?
Is on vacation in England at the Cotswolds, and he got an unwelcome welcome, okay? Apparently the residents there aren't super hyped about him vacationing there. Let's see. Oh, I spy a JD Vance meme. Can y'all find it?
Whose streets? Our streets. Whose streets?
Roads have been blocked. Police are sort of everywhere. Chipping Norton, you rarely even see one police car, but we're seeing vans, we're seeing loads just dotting past, and it's all for this man who slags off our country in one breath and then wants.
Found it. Look at that. He's never getting away from that.
To holiday here 6 months later. I think it's just hypocrisy.
He's on his holiday. I normally wouldn't protest against people on their holiday, but there's clearly a political angle to this. He spent the weekend with our Foreign Secretary, and so I think that means that anything goes really. I think you have to be respectful of people, but at the same time he's here, he's carrying out political business, and it's appropriate to carry out a political protest.
Shame on you, JD Vance! Shame on you, JD Vance! Shame on you!
Yeah, true. Did you see they were eating a JD Vance cake? I don't think that drives home the point that you're making. Mostly, I love the protests, but that one's a little weird. You're eating him? That's kind of weird. Okay, well, now I want to jump to an interview while we're on the subject of JD Vance. He did with Stephen Miller's wife, Katie Miller. And there's just some fun clips that came of this.
If you could only eat one condiment for the rest of your life, what would it be?
One condiment?
Yeah.
Does barbecue sauce count?
Yeah.
Okay, barbecue sauce.
Not mayonnaise?
No. Mayonnaise is like, in low doses is good, but it's kind of, like, I had a buddy who used to eat french fries with mayonnaise. I thought that was disgusting.
It's the only thing my husband eats.
With french fries or like period?
Period.
Okay. Wow. I didn't realize.
He's only a mayonnaise guy.
Okay. I learned something about Stephen I didn't know.
So, did you have a photo of Stephen Miller by any chance? Could you get one up? Stephen Miller, who who seems like he would prefer more white people. I think without throwing around labels, he seems to really like the idea of, more white people. Because when you look at him, you go, oh, obviously this is the superior race. Right. This is Hitler's dream right here. And somehow he only eats mayonnaise. Like, is this a joke? Is this some sick joke? Of course, a guy who looks like a serial killer, is not a serial killer, but looks like one, would eat bowls of mayonnaise, of white mayonnaise. That is stunning. Thank you. Goodness. Okay. And then you have JD Vance saying he swears at his kids. While we go through this, if you appreciate the show, please do click the subscribe button. It's free, but it supports the show algorithmically.
So how do you handle a toddler tantrum in a public place?
Ush and I handle it very differently. So it's crazy. In airports, people would always come up to her. Like, we had this woman come up to her a couple years ago and say, I'm like a child therapist, and the way that you interact with your son is so amazing, and like praising her. And I'm like, it is amazing. She's super patient. She'll try to reason with them.
Yeah.
If they have a tantrum in a public place, I immediately grab them, take them to the bathroom, and say, you got to cut this shit out. I'm the parent who's like, no, this is not okay.
She's the gentle parent?
And she's the gentle parent. And
so how do you...
Okay, so we're swearing at our kids. Can you imagine JD Vance being a kid? Can you imagine JD Vance being your dad? Okay, for one. And then being a kid and you do something wrong and JD runs up to you like this, ready? And he runs up, he says, hey, what are you doing over here? Come here. Let me take you to the bathroom. Cut the shit out. Okay. Apparently someone thought this looked like this. That's funny. Yeah, I don't know about swearing. It's not the best. He was asked which meme does he like. So this was a really strange softball interview, as you can imagine. Which meme about him does he like the most? Because he gets memed a lot. And he said the fact that a rumor went around that was wrong, that he was into doing things sexually to couches, humping them, rumping them, thumping them, pumping them, was his fun. He liked that one.
There's a lot of memes of JD Vance on the internet.
There are.
What's your favorite meme? Or like funny joke about yourself, like after the Pope, or there's a lot of options to pick from these days.
So my favorite meme was, and this is very inappropriate, but maybe it's not too soon. But there was the whole thing about how I was into couches.
Yep.
And right after the Pope died, there was, did you see this one? There was just a meme of the Pope, Usha, and a couch.
Yeah. So the joke, if y'all missed that with the Pope, was that he met with him and the Pope died right after. So it's sad. But people said that JD killed the Pope. So I don't really know why the Pope and the couch were there. Or why Usha and the Pope and the couch were there. I don't really understand that one. But he, just for the record, he doesn't do things to couches like that. And then he was asked, who, dead or alive, who would you like to have dinner with? Interesting choices.
If you could have dinner with 3 people, living, dead, alive, what do you got? Who are the 3 people you're inviting to?
So living and alive are the same. Those would be the same meaning.
Living, dead, alive, what do you got? Who are the 3 people you're inviting to dinner?
Okay. 3 people I'd invite to dinner. Let's say Isaac Newton, Donald Trump, and Abraham Lincoln.
Who's monopolizing the conversation?
I'm not going to answer that.
First of all, basic bitch answer. Okay, Isaac Newton and Abraham Lincoln. We'll get to the third one, but come on. Don't say those. Oh, I'd meet with MLK, Abe Lincoln, and Washington. Oh, it's like, okay, really? We're doing that? Which, by the way, I don't want to meet with Isaac Newton. It's a dinner. What am I going to learn what he... Oh, I'm Isaac Newton. It'd be so boring. Well, you're going to have a good conversation with Isaac Newton, who lived a long time ago? He's not going to get any of my jargon. He's not going to know what on best means, which everyone's using now. And he's just not going to get it. Now, Abe Lincoln, also around a long time ago, but I get that one because you're like, hey, how tall are you really, bruh? Come here, let me take a look at that hat. It's just like fun. But let me try the hat on. That would be fun. And how'd you write the Gettysburg Address? Those would be interesting questions. The funniest part of that is Trump. You're his vice president right now. You can't have dinner with him? If I could have dinner with anyone, it would be my dad. Hey, Luke, who would you like to have dinner with? If I could have dinner with anyone, it would be my mommy and my daddy and Jaden and Cole. Nobody wants to have dinner with me. Just ask him to dinner. You're his vice president. Okay, check. And then apparently, well, I'll just play it.
What's your situation? Are you no shoes inside?
We're no shoes inside, but Steven wears shoes up and down the stairs. Everywhere the kids eat off the floor is his shoes, and it drives me insane.
Yeah. What?
Doesn't sound sanitary, but I actually, now that I think of it, I think I would rather your kids eat things that have been touched by his shoes than things that have been touched by his feet. Let me just say, if anyone has some horrific disease on their feet, it's Stephen Miller. And then just from the standpoint of white pride, I don't know. From the standpoint of Stephen Miller's white pride, let's just listen to Laura Trump. You know what's funny? I just want to say, guys, hold your horses. I think her voice is fine. I do. All the memes are, who let her do that? She's bad for numerous reasons. For one, she wouldn't talk to us when we were in the spin room. So rude. But I think her voice is fine, actually. I give you the truth, the unvarnished truth. I think Laura Trump's voice is perfectly fine.